Hey there, good morning and good evening. It gives us a great pleasure to stay connected with you again. Hope you're all doing good and hope you're all going through the sessions that we had been putting or uploading in the internet. And please subscribe to our channel and importantly, please start sharing these sessions or the links to your friends, and therefore it benefits to all the mankind. That's the whole idea of we manufacturing these sessions. All right. um, we always keep asking you, we always keep encouraging you. If there is any specific topic that you would be liking, please let us know. Subscribe to our channel and comment, and therefore we will help you. All right, today's session is yet another topic which the mankind or no one can ignore because it's a very important topic. We generally pick topics in such a way that it's very important for all of us, whether you may be a working professional, you may be a student, you may be a teenager, you may be an adult, it doesn't matter. It's all about life, that life requires certain parameters related to emotions, related to handling pressures, related to overcoming hardships, right? These things no one can ignore. Age doesn't matter, your position doesn't matter, but if you're a mankind, if you're a human being, you will have to go through these things, ups and downs in your life. But when something is down, how you bounce back, how you handle it, that determines how strong you are as a person to handle emotions. Okay. Um, Today, we want to start with a quote as usual. Love plus trust plus loyalty is equal to, it's an equation. Love plus trust plus loyalty is equal to an unbreakable relationship, right? Love means, I'm not again teens, I don't give you some ideas of picking a girlfriend or a boyfriend and then going to this mall and that movie. No, that's not the kind of love I'm talking about. Love is all about mixed with respect, mixed with a lot of empathy, right? How you understand a person's struggle and start helping that person in a very personal way, and taking that person to your side, influencing. This is all about love. You not treating anyone as your enemy or adversary, but rather you always want to help a person. It is mixed with loyalty and trust. The more you approach yourself towards a person and start handling a situation, avoiding quarrels, not saying that you shouldn't be having contradictions, right? But avoid confrontations. How can you ask this to me? Yeah, you know who I am. That kind of languages must change, and that will promote something called as loyalty and trust, which money cannot buy. See, any kind of topic we pick, no, you cannot go to market and say, give me half kg loyalty and 10 kg trust. It cannot buy. That is the kind of topics we always, buy. Your wealth, your riches, your promotions, it cannot buy these kind of things. But it must be handled differently. It is a heart related matter, it's a mind related matter, it's an emotion related matter. And that's why we spend time to help you people. Okay. Now, let's talk about few other things, right? We start with a very simple story. This is about a fox and a crow, right? We all know this, most of us know this, but then still I want to just call it a bit because it's a very common story, but very important story, an interesting one. Once a fox saw a crow flying off with a piece of cheese in its beak, right? You know how the cow, catches a anything that wants to eat, right? The beak, it bites and it's holding it, and it is now settled on a branch of a tree and about to eat, but it's still holding that in its beak. Generally foxes are very cunning, right? And that's the kind of people with whom also we have to deal with. So fox makes up a plan in its mind. All right, that's for me because I'm fox. See, this is the confidence the fox takes it upon itself, and it says, good day, Mistress Crow, crow, or or a raven. Then he cried, how well you are looking today, how glossy your feathers are, how bright your eyes are. I see your voice must surpass that of those birds. Your voice is so cute, but I'm not able to hear your voice. And you're the queen of birds, aren't you? So why don't you please sing a song for me? I'm really dying to hear this, Mistress Crow. Something like that. It's begging. Fox is very cunning, no? And many people are like that only. They come with the flattering lips. No, you don't trust them. You don't have to go and immediately bow down to their friendship or whatever. Inquire properly, think properly, analyze properly. Now this stupid crow, what happened is it got flattered, fallen for those flattering lips. Whatever was spoken as a lie, it believed it as a true or a truth. Um, the moment then the crow lifted up her head and began to uh, caw caw at her best of her voice. Moment she opened her mouth, what will happen? Another cheese will come and fill in her mouth? No. The cheese, whatever she was having in her beak, with great difficulty she went into some house or somewhere and she picked it and came, all efforts gone, right? And then uh, Mr. Fox, right, that will do, said Mr. Fox, and immediately caught that cheese, and that's all I wanted. And in exchange of your cheese, I will give you a piece of advice for the future, the fox said. And the crow is asking, crow, what? It's asking. And it says, do not trust flatterers. Okay. So I mean to say, why I started with this story is um, uh, the flattering lips cannot win loyalty and trust. Some or other day they will find out you are flattering. Flattering means speaking lies. The guy would be wearing a dirty t-shirt. Ah, how wonderful the t-shirt looks. He might believe you today, but some other day is going to discover, and you're not going to win any friendship, right? And number two, whoever is ditching you that way, one day you will discover that person and you will kick them out. So, but it would have already cost you so much. You would have lost so many things. So that's why you need to watch out. As much as the crow did not watch out, you and I should be really shrewd enough to watch out. Now we'll talk about some of the basics. It's a very interesting session. I'm going to ask a few questions and I'm going to answer for you. We will close on time. Few minutes we will close on time, but just stay connected and stay focused. What does human conflict mean? Conflict can basically arise. um the researchers have found out majority of the conflicts, half of them or little more than them, arises because of misconceptions, misunderstanding, the different expectations. And how about how things should be done, working conditions, wages, all these things are mixed up. And see, wage, when what I said wages is, these guys think they're paid less because some other guy would have told, I'm getting more than you. But did you go and see that offer letter? Did you really go and see his pay slip? No, right? That guy would have told it out of envying attitude or jealous attitude, that he can inject that poison because he's so jealous about you. But that's not the truth, right? That I'm not saying it need not be a lie either, but you need to inquire properly. Most of the conflicts occurs within yourself or between human beings. It's due to misconceptions and misunderstanding. Why I'm starting with conflict is the one which will spoil, shake the trust and loyalty. Loyalty and trust really are put in endangered because of this concept called as misconception. So we need to be watching out on that, right? Now, what is the meaning of a conflict? Somebody asks this question, frequently asked question. A conflict is a struggle or it's an opposition. You will see political parties, they are fighting an election, right? Opposition. If you and if you and your best friend both fall in love with the same person, you will have to find some way to resolve the conflict, correct or not, right? It happens so that both of you are interested in one guy, two girls. Now, conflict comes from the Latin word for striking. It's called as striking. It's as good as like harming the other person. That's called as conflict. The real meaning is harming the other person. That means what this girl will do, somehow she will have to harm the other person and win this guy as her soul partner. That's how it is going to be, and it's happening. But it isn't always violent, right? They play mind games. Conflict can arise from opposing ideas, right? Opposing likes, or likely manner, right? They like the same guy, and it can start a conflict there also. So it is of different nature, different stature. You all have to really understand why a conflict is occurring, and that's where the reasoning skills are going to help. You need to reason, ask questions. Now, somebody else have analyzed it. What are the causes for conflict? Why? What is the reason? Somebody has reasoned it for you already. You have to just listen to that person. Four different types of conflicts, or three or four different types of conflicts. Not types of conflict, causes. The reasons for conflict is information. Information is number one parameter. It was either a misguiding information, something was missing, incomplete, or it is ambiguous. right? You need to really think through that information. When you hear something, don't go with that assumption. Number two, it's environmental based situation. Something in the environmental leads to the conflict. And again, that could be through you or for you, I mean, of you, or it could be through a different person, but you need to really inquire. Third is the skills. People lack the appropriate skills for doing their work. This is more to do with the what I say, corporate world, right? People don't have that skills. You appoint a person, he did well in interview, theoretically is good, but practically he couldn't do that, and he becomes a stress in the team. Same situation happens in the family also. You think your child is good at this and that, and you put her on a music class, put this guy on a swimming class, but they fail. Why? Because you fail to inquire about or investigate on their skills, understand their interest properly, and that leads to conflict, causes for conflict. Fourth one, values. A clash of personal values lead to conflict. Ego, we call it as, right? Many people have that headstrong attitude, and because of the egos they end up in problems where they end up in terrible conflicts. So that's where you and I need to really be watching. These are the causes. Now, what are the different types of conflict, right? Conflicts at workplace, conflicts between people, we are going to separate it. Very important, please listen to me, pay attention. If you're, all of us are working professionals, right? You're not going to study for 100 years, you're going to study for some time. Why are you studying? You want to get into some workplace. So if you're a student, pay attention. I'm not yet gone into the workplace, so why I need it now? You will need it someday, so why don't you start it today itself, right? Interpersonal conflict. These four things happens in workplace often. Interpersonal conflict means what it means is when two or more individuals cannot agree on how to reach on a common goal or achieve a common goal, then you are going to experience this kind of contradiction, confrontations, conflict and all that. And you need to understand this is one type of conflict which even the companies or corporate world is really struggling to resolve. And this is happening for ages, for years. This is not just a contemporary or a modern day problem. It is an ancestral problem. It is existing for a very long time. So you need to find your ways to come out of it, which we will talk in a moment, right? How loyalty and trust can help us to resolve such problems. There is a different way to approach this problem. The theoretical knowledge and all won't help here. Second type of conflict that happens at workplaces, individuals versus groupism. What happens is language groupism, religion groupism, and gender based groupism. All this happens. No, they won't agree. And that's where this groupism wars you will see more. One gang fighting. There are a lot of gang wars happening in corporate. Yes, in your company also it may be happening. Maybe you are not aware. And you are not part of such gangs. God bless you. Stay that way. Okay. Interdepartmental disputes. Again, it's another gang war between departments, right? For example, you take care of healthcare industry, they may have MR group versus CT scan. Now these two guys will be competing. They work for same company, but still they will have their political competition and disputes. This is also another type of conflict that you need. The leaders will fight, but unfortunately you also end up fighting. Why? Because you're in the same gang, right? You are in the same army, right? India versus China, India versus Pakistan. You can't suddenly start supporting Pakistan. You will become an enemy to India, right? So you need to really be part of such disputes. What to do? No escape. Now these are the 3 4 conflicts that happens within an organization or a workplace. Everywhere you will see this. Now we will understand how to handle this. You are finding it interesting, no? If I'm boring, forgive me. Now we will talk about person to person conflict. It's not about organization. It happens in family. It happens at school. It happens at college. It happens in music classes. Everywhere you go, right? Um, what happened is now person versus person, right? One person to another person, they'll be friends for many years, but that one sharp argument, no, it will make them split. Person versus nature. What happens is this type of conflict happens as some sort of argument over the animals. One example I will give you. In our street, there are 4 or 5 stray dogs and they bark in the night and people are not able to sleep. Now we recommended, some group of people recommended that let us call QPA. They'll take care of Animal Welfare Association. They'll take care of dogs. Now, these people are arguing, no, these dogs should have the rights to roam freely, right? You call who has intellectual, who has stupids. Only nature can decide. No one can be a judge over this. They, each one of them are right in their perspective. right? Very tough. Have you been in such situations? I've been in such situations many times. And I think you and I will have to travel, and you need to have the tolerance skills. What else to do, right? Person versus society. Society will be some religion biased, right? Or some language biased. You are living there as a foreigner, right? You come as a migrant or immigrant, then you will have to adjust, right? And go. And but you will end up in conflict. You can also be harassed. So be prepared when you're going to a new place. Learn that local language, try to get adjusted and all that, right? Person versus self. That's the last thing. You know what? Your desires really matters a lot, and that's why you need to go through many other sessions what we have where we have spoken about confidence and how you should start having passion, being passionate about yourself, and be a person who marches with confidence towards the future. So many sessions are there. Go through our playlist. There are at least 16 17 sessions all about this confidence only. You have to just go through it, right? And the way how you look at yourself, you will have self conflict because you will start hating yourself. Because why? 2 3 times you failed, it doesn't mean you will fail all the time in your life. Doesn't matter, right? Through failures you only you learn, right? And I told you one Thomas Alva Edison example. Now 2000 materials he tested, and his assistant told 2000 materials wasted, but Thomas Alva Edison said, oh, no, 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 2000 materials are not good for filament is what we discovered. Always extract a positive message out of failures and errors, and only that person can prosper. And you, all of us know Thomas Alva Edison. No? The reason why we are seeing something in the dark is because of light, and the man who invented light was Mr. Thomas Alva Edison. And he took that positive out of all that. And first of all, one TTR slapped him on his ears, and he became deaf. And he took that also positive. Why? Because I can be free of distractions. Only his hearing skills are only 20%. He lost that hearing skills. Such people only would prosper, and they will achieve greater things. Okay, now we will go to trust. We read an equation: trust plus loyalty plus love equal to unbreakable relationship. How is this trust going to help building a relationship? We definitely need to understand. What is trust? First of all, trust is the faith you have in someone. They will always remain loyal to you and love you. Especially it starts with blood relations. Your own father, mother, your own daughter, your own wife, husband. That's how it starts, right? To inner core and outer core. Outer core will be your teachers, your mentors, right? They are not your blood relationship, but you have a lot of faith in them. Any problem, you go to them. Doctors, right? Some doctors, you're used to them for 20 years and you go to them. Any problem, you have a bone problem, you still go to the doctor, and although he will say, I have nothing to do, man, why are you trusting me? I have trust in you. You tell me, doctor, I will do it. You will not go to a ortho specialist, right? I've done that many times in my life. Only few doctors I trust. I'm not saying all doctors are bad, but that's the way how it is. To trust someone means that you can rely on them and are comfortable confiding in them, right? Resting in them because, or relying on them because you feel safe, you feel secured, right? As our little baby, only if the mummy lifts, no, it will stop crying. Wait, that security, right? That warmth is felt. It is building block for any relationship, without which the foundation will always remain shaky. So you don't have that faith in somebody, somebody has not instilled that trust in you, then there is a problem. You need to fix that. And it may not happen also that easily, but continue watching for a person whom you can have faith in or trust in. Why trust is important in a relationship? In a relationship, you cannot love a person whom you cannot trust. Simple definition, right? You don't trust somebody you don't love, right? Life partner also it applies, but even at workplace it applies, it at school it applies. Love means not related to this body to body relationship and marriage partner, not like that alone, right? Love also means how much you like a person in terms of trust and faith. When you trust your partner, you feel secure in the knowledge that they won't leave when the things gets tough, when things gets going tough. Trust is the foundation of a solid relationship. Without which, love will die and relationships will crumble and dissolve, right? Why? Because when the trust is put in place, put to test, you tell me, when things are not going fine, when things are really dashing against each other, when a situation you didn't anticipate really, right? That's where you need somebody to kind of, hold you by your arms and shoulders and say that I'm there, don't worry, we will tackle it together. That's why that baby, that kids and all, they always run to their parents. Why? Because they see that warmth and confidence that they are not going to let them down. Last question with trust, and we'll talk about loyalty, and we will close. 2-3 minutes, we will close. Can a relationship work without trust? Is it possible to have a relationship without trust? Say again, relationship means I'm not talking about boyfriend girlfriend, right? Any type of relationship, man. Even at workplace, even within the family, father son relationship, mother daughter relationship, mother-in-law relationship, you and your father-in-law relationship. Can it work? That is what something that you need to find. Can it work without trust? You cannot love without trust. You cannot trust without love. Both are proportional, right? Trust is the foundation. We repeated, trust is the foundation for your relationship, and the key for you to have confidence and love somebody, have faith in somebody. When you trust your partner, then you feel secure that they won't leave you in difficult times. This is the key for love. This is the key for any relationship. This is the key to resolve human conflicts. Therefore, you build the society, you build the community, you build the family, and you build your workplace, you build the environment, and you grow together in that environment, right? Your company should grow, your environment should grow, your family should grow. Many people don't understand. Then only you will grow. Some people think all is well with me, I'm perfect. It's not enough that you grow. You need to be a leader to help everything grow along with you. Only then you can have a prosperous life. Understand? Now we will talk a little bit about loyalty because we have to fill that equation. Love plus trust we finished. Now loyalty. Loyalty means studies looking at loyalty and trust suggest that these qualities may be fundamental to human relationships. Some psychologists or psychiatrists are saying that. Therefore, staying loyal to someone and preserving. Loyalty means truthful. You're not a liar. They can trust your words because why? There is truth in it. Loyalty, right? And preserving a mutual feeling of trust, allowing people to be able to function with others without constantly suspecting their motives. When there is truth, no, there is no suspicious thing. Whatever he says, I will believe. Why? That loyalty is there. That's why I trust him. But the first step for trust is loyalty, truth. Why is loyalty important in a relationship? Only one definition we will give. Being loyal in a relationship is important, but loyalty in friendship is also very admirable, right? People want to have somebody around them whom they will always be there, whom they can trust, number one, and whom they can expect to tell the truth, not camouflaging, right? Not changing the color and presenting it. No, they can trust somebody because there is truth in them. Okay, that's it. Now, how do you deal with human relations problem? Now, we are going to talk about few principles and we are going to just close this session. So another 2 minutes maximum, stay there. What are the principles that will help you? We spoke about loyalty, love, relationship, trust, everything. Now, principles, how I can apply in my life. Pay attention to your emotions and how they can influence you. Not always your emotions are right. There are moments where it's absolutely incorrect. Therefore, you need to pay attention and question your emotions, right? Some relationship which were going fine for 20, 30 years, they diverge. Why? Because one silly fight in the kitchen would have made them to tear apart, finished. Children's life also gone for a toss. Okay, consciously decide how to respond to a conflict situation. The words of your mouth. I spoke a session on that also, how to control the words of your mouth. That's very important. It will resolve conflicts and also preserve the human relationship. Give yourself some time to prepare before you meet your opponent. Don't immediately rush. I'm no coward. I'm also coming from a boxing background. Come on, let us box on each other's face. What? You both will bleed and die, right? It will not save anything. It will not build anything. That's not the way to deal with the conflict, right? Listen, reflect, inquire. These are the three principles which comes together. It's called as LRI principle. Listen, first of all, be a good listener. Allow your opponent to talk. Bad words, huh? Listen, no problem. You won't melt, right? Just listen. And then reflect. Reflect means reflect the right attitude through you after you have inquired about it. You ask questions, talk to other person. Why that guy is yelling at me? Am I really wrong? Did I do anything incorrect? Maybe I was unaware. You may want to go and find out. That will shed a lot of light. That will resolve, right? These are the 3 4 principles you need to be watching out. How do you handle human relations? These are the tips, principles to follow, but how do you handling is different from following the principle. You cannot go by rule book. Rule number 1, this is how I'm going to apply the principle. But no, there is a knack, there is a technique to handle human relation, employee relationships or human relationships. um, you know get to know the person on a individual basis, right? You don't look at him as a working partner or a employee or a somebody like that, right? Understand what are his interests, what does he do his free time. That means you need to spend a lot of time, free time. Go for a coffee, take a break, right? Keep communication channels always open. Always have open-ended discussion. Don't say this is how I am. That's it. Done. We are done here. Don't use words like that, right? It's all over. People make that kind of nasty statements. Say that you will think and come back. Say that can we discuss it some other day? Both of us are really worked up. Our BPs are 400 on either sides. Let us not talk now. Keep it as an open-ended discussion, and therefore next day when you meet, your BP will come down to whatever 100 by 80 or whatever. Yeah. So ask people's opinion. That's another way, right? You ask people, you go around and find out people's opinion upon this fight that happened between you and that other person, conflict. Listen, be a good listener, which we already told. And then last thing, don't keep your distance, right? Be part of your opponent. Don't look at the person as an enemy. He's also a human being. He or she may have shortcomings. He or she might have had gone a different tension which you do not know, right? Maybe they lost somebody, or maybe they are in debt, or maybe they are in some tensions. Be part of them. Don't keep distance. Try to understand what is their problem, and that will resolve. Don't you think we justified this equation of loyalty plus trust plus love equal to a unbreakable relationship? And relationship is very important because I keep telling you, we live in this world where we are filled with human beings. We need each other's support. We need to respect each other, and that's how we build a very what is it, a strong society, a fruitful society, and we are harmonized as human beings, living together in love, peace, and joy. God bless you. I hope this was a very useful session. Please comment, subscribe to our channel, pass these videos, share it with your friends. May they also be blessed and benefited. You want any specific topics? Let us know or contact us on WhatsApp 99022122152. God bless you. We will soon meet you with another session. Okay? Bye. Tata.